2025. Jump on since last week's U.S. men's national team drama. And this week, there's more. Christian Pulisic injured. For how long? How will that impact the U.S. men's national team? Will it have reverberations on the 2026 U.S. men's national team World Cup 2026 effort? Talk about that. As well, a little Chicago Fire. We're going to talk a little bit of some hot takes that we've seen about the U.S. men's national team and certain players, as well as a couple of budding free agents in MLS that are striking up some excitement amongst the fans. And maybe I'll talk a little NFL. I know every single one of these matchups, and I can give you a little outlay of the betting lines of what's going on here. I have a pretty decent idea after playing fantasy football and having a pretty darn good season. How y'all doing? How is everybody? Fire it up. It's Wednesday, live as usual here on Spit and Fire. Greatly appreciate you guys all being here. What's going on, everybody? Let me do a little housekeeping. I gotta pop this out, put it back in, toss it back, throw it over the shoulder. All right. And that's in, and we're back in it. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here on Spit and Fire. Guys, so are you guys excited? MLS is not but like a month away from preseason. In fact, here are the Chicago Fire making moves, signing Jeff Gall, goalkeeper, home from Illinois, no less. Chicago Fire required goalkeeper Jeff Gall on a free transfer from Swedish top flight Degerfors IF, the club announced Wednesday. Gall is under contract with Chicago through the 2023 MLS season, with club options for 2024 and 2025. The 29-year-old native gives the Fire another veteran goalkeeper along with Spencer Richey. They also have homegrown Chris Brady poised to possibly start after fellow academy product and U.S. Youth International Gaga Slonina moved to English Premier League side Chelsea for near 10 to 15 million this winter. What's up, Nick Horton? It's the Archduke himself making an appearance. What's up, the Archduke? Hopefully we are finding you well and warm in the St. Louis. All the way in St. Louis. Maybe even talk a little about St. Louis's soccer team and their roster. You got to be getting excited about that, Archduke. Cheers, by the way, everybody. Cheers, chat. Cheers, watching live. Cheers, watching after fact. Chicken Little Harp Lager. St. James Gate, Dublin. Spit and Fire got me the 12 beers of the world gift, and it's been fun. Fun tasting these different beers that I normally don't drink, but they're all pretty darn good so far. Sporting director of the Chicago Fire, Georg Eit, saying, "We are very excited to welcome Jeff into his hometown club. He has taken a unique path in his career and established himself at a high level in Europe over the past several years. Chicago has a strong history of the goalkeeper position, and his experience will be a great asset to our group of goalkeepers as they continue to challenge each other and fight for valuable game minutes." So this lends credibility that, or at least it lends credibility to the theory that they're probably going to roll with Chris Brady as their starter and have a few spot starts here for Jeff Gall and Spencer Richey. I mean, if one of those people tend to overshine Chris Brady, maybe they ride the hot hand for a little bit. But it seems like developing Chris Brady is the plan there for the Chicago Fire. Angus McWhorter, a fan of the St. Louis soccer team, he's getting excited. We're gonna be talking about St. Louis's roster. They of course got Roman Berkey in goal and a few other players to get excited about. Angus saying that been to the Hart Brewery and went directly to Guinness right afterwards. Probably right down the same town, right? St. James Gate. Is it the? Does Guinness, brewed by Guinness? So, I wonder do they own it or do they also own it and brew it? I'm enjoying it though. Want to talk to you real quick about Chicago Fire preseason, just to give you this will give you a hint of what's going on with an MLS team. But in general, January 14th, you're going to see team medicals for most MLS teams. January 16th and 19th, most players are reporting to their teams. The training is going to begin, and they're going to be going to either somewhere or maybe not. Maybe they're playing where they are. Maybe they're down in Orlando. But meanwhile, Chicago are going to be traveling to Cancun. That's going to start off January 20th. And right around January 31st to the 5th through the 18th, they're going to be playing a whole bunch of games in between Mexico and Cancun. I'm sorry, and Mexico and Tucson. Sure, it's going to be similar cases for a lot of other MLS teams, so check into your respective MLS team if you are interested in that, finding out where they are playing for preseason, because preseason is upon us. It's going to be roughly January 14th to February 18th, and then after that, it's going to be a cold season start. Chicago Fire, of course, have a bye the first week. Dan Garrett's are saying cheers to you too. Spitting Fire, thank you, Dan. Cheers, brothers. Cheers, everybody in the chat. Cheers. Like you're saying, it was not brewed by Guinness when I was there. But I think it is now. I'm not tasting the Guinness. It tastes like harps. Yeah, it's got its own significant flavor. Dan Garinger checking in. What's going on, Dan? Hopefully the weather is treating you well wherever you are in the US of A. Got people in Chicago. We got people in New York. We got people in St. Louis. We got people in California. We got people in Brazil. All right, moving on. Christian Pulisic catch a break? Can he? The untimely injury and Felix's Chelsea arrival leave U.S. men's national team ace facing uncertain future. The American winger is out several months, and with a new signing coming in, his club future is up in the air once again. Just as things were starting to look up, for the first time in seemingly forever, Christian Pulisic was playing meaningful minutes with Chelsea. And returning from the World Cup break with a bit of momentum, U.S. men's national team star was in Graham Potter's starting 11 and rediscovering the confidence that had been lacking for significant stretches of his time at Stamford Bridge. Nuke himself saying it might be 70 degrees by the time it gets here. I hope not in February. Oh man, March, and they call it March, Miracle March, when it brings snow. So I think that we hopefully will have snow in February and March here. Hopefully. I just want the normal weather to be happening. I mean, 70 degrees in January or February. Whoa, seems crazy wonky. And I also wonder how it impacts our summers. I mean, like, the weather has been changed. It's been different. Feels different sometimes. Christian Pulisic. And then came the bad luck, as it so often has for Pulisic in recent years. Even his World Cup goal, his dream moment, was dampened by a collision that left him lying in agony. Even when things go right for Christian Pulisic, it seems like they go wrong shortly after. And now, one untimely injury after one massive signing, and suddenly everything is all so uncertain again. Just as Pulisic's Chelsea career was seemingly moving in the right direction. Potter confirmed on Wednesday that the recent knee injury Pulisic suffered against Manchester City will see him miss a couple of months. Dealing with the American, yet another blow in what has felt like an endless onslaught of punches. Just injury after blow after blow for Christian Pulisic. Every time Pulisic starts building a bit of club momentum at the club level, trouble seems to go his way. Anyway, guys, Christian Pulisic struggling. Guys, I've seen a lot of people on the internet starting to doubt Christian Pulisic, saying, oh, he might never, how can we rely on this guy? In fact, I saw this from friend of the show, Joseph Lowry saying this has been true for a while now, but it's abundantly clear that the U.S. men's national team can never count on Christian Pulisic to be healthy at any given time. May the next generation come quickly. That was in response to Meg Swanik's tweet saying, of course, very disappointing injury for Christian Pulisic. Graham Potter confirming that he will be out for months, hopefully less. Want to choose a silver lining? Well, Pulisic was healthy and throughout the World Cup stretch. In fact, that hero goal injury versus Iran notwithstanding. But he did get hurt during that hero goal, as rightly brought up by that article. DPJ making an appearance. Of course, I got the Discord open. Guys, if you guys want to slide in, talk a little U.S. men's national team, talk a little Chicago Fire, talk a little MLS action, talk a little football. We got football playoffs. First week, Aaron Rodgers eliminated by Detroit Lions. That was fun to watch, I'm sure, for a lot of football fans. Of course, Detroit didn't make the playoffs either, but man, did they knock out the Green Bay Packers in style. So going back to this comment though, guys, do you agree with the sentiment though that the U.S. men's national team they can't count on Pulisic to be healthy? It does seem the case. He is often healthy, but can't you say that about any player? Every player has injury. Yeah, but do they have, not every player, I guess. Not every player has significant injuries. And is it on the player for having such slight of frame, or at least being quote unquote injury prone? I mean, how are you not to play one of the best players on your team, even if there's the off chance where he might be a glass cannon? Oh, FCNeoTokyo wants to talk about the most important soccer story. What's that? Paul Areola's wife, married. Paul Areola getting hitched. Good for him. Congratulations. From Spitting Fire. Good to see. Good to see. When you got a good woman, and a woman finds a good man, nice thing. It's a beautiful thing. When a partner finds their partner, it's a beautiful thing. TBG Tokyo, I do of course have Discord the sliding glass door is wide open if you guys want to hop in. Feel free. But people in the chat saying, technical manager saying, seriously? Jay Hernandez saying, sure seemed like we could count on them during the World Cup. I feel like we see some of that, but then we also saw people saying, between Pulisic, Reyna, and Weah, we basically have 1.3 6 wingers, between world class, top-notch wingers. Between Pulisic, Reyna, and Weah, we got about 1.316 wingers. That's funny. Top class wingers, really good ones. Maybe not the best in the world, not world class, but Pulisic, Reyna, Weah. Saw what those guys did at the World Cup. Well, we saw what Weah and Pulisic did at the World Cup anyway. While the injuries of the current crop is discerning, Pulisic hasn't missed any U.S. men's national team due to injury. Really only missing that October window that one time. Chelsea, on the other hand, has been a much different story. Oh, this is funny. I love this. Cloud post. This is a great little picture. This is great. I just want to tweet that. That's just awesome. Cloud post. I don't know. I'm not saying Joe Lowry's post here is cloud post, because I mean I respect his opinion and enjoy listening. But how are you guys feeling about that, chat? Is it time the U.S. men's national team stops relying on Christian Pulisic? And how does one do that? I can't quit you, baby. Ooh, I can't quit you. How are you gonna do it? Right? I can't quit you, baby. You can't go anywhere. And U.S. men's national team, that's a sweet hit. A something good that you don't have a lot of on that team. I mean, yeah, you got Gio, Reyna, you got Tim Weah, you got flashes, people who can make things happen, but there's only one Christian Pulisic. There was only one guy out there that even Britain was like, did we sign that guy? Thank goodness he's over here in the EPL because he is fucking up our Brits. And he doesn't even like T. FCNeoTokyo saying, so do we know any other U.S. men's national players with baddies at home? No streamers with baddies at home. No streamer with a with a baddie at home. I believe Tokes, of course, referring to in the Discord, he sent this picture of Paul Areola and his new wife looking good together. What is that, an Italian? What is that, an Italian villa, or is that Florida? Maybe California? I can't tell. It's not geocache. I'm not playing geocacher or geomaps. Okay, can you guys? You guys can't see it. Let me see what I could do here. All right. Maybe I could copy this picture for you. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh nope. Nope. Still getting cloud posts. Give me a second here, boys and girls. I will give you unable to copy. Well, just save it. Unable to save it? Why? Just copy. Unable to copy? All right, we'll just do this. All right. No, just do this. We will do that because I got cheat codes. I got answers. And I got it. And Paul is saying, who can ask for anything more? Who can ask for anything more than a good woman or a good partner? Beautiful. Love to see love. You can see anything other than you can see anything other than what? What do you mean? What do you mean? In that pic? What are you talking about? Did I miss something? Did I miss? Is there something I missed there? Is this NSFW? I'm not seeing any problems. I'm not seeing any problems here. It's gorgeous, pleasant, great features, great silhouette, great from the behind the background, just all together. Look at them, in love, happy. And Paul Ariel is, I probably talked to her dad, shook his hand, clarified it, got the approval. I don't know if they had any discussion over the huge tracts of land that were about, but lovely. Guys, tactical manager pooping out some tweets. Fun follow on Twitter saying Pulisic is out for a couple of months. His contract expires in 18, which means Chelsea will look to move him during the summer, maybe even now. I'd not be surprised if the match with Manchester City was his last in a Chelsea jersey. How much longer is Christian Pulisic destined to remain Chelsea's number 10? I don't think he's coming to MLS. I don't think he's coming to MLS. MCL? Oh, that's gnarly. I can't show it for purposes. Can't show it for purposes. But unfortunate for Christian Pulisic. Hopefully he heals and comes back right away. I think that it's going to be when he comes back, full health. It's the guy. He's the guy you go with. It's Christian fucking Pulisic. How do you even doubt that? There's no one better until someone emerges and takes that mantle. It's Christian Pulisic. And availability or not, Christian Pulisic is our guy. We got to ride with him, right? Although I do agree with what Joe's the heart of what Joseph Lowry is saying, and Joseph is saying, hey, if this guy's not always here for us, like, we got to find other ways to score, other ways to be productive on this team. We can't just build a team around getting the ball and playing Pulisic ball. We got to play a form of U.S. soccer that gets everybody involved, that gets the striker involved. And that brings me back to that idea where when Gregg was talking about pre-World Cup, he's saying even if you had a striker who scored 5 goals, but he didn't do it in the way his system wanted to, that's not a striker he wanted his team. And that to me is madness. So I'm kind of glad that Berhalter's gone. It sounds like we got a potential guest and co-host. Oh no, I thought I heard people hopping in. I got excited. I thought someone was sliding into the Discord call. I was queuing them up. Thought I heard the ahems. I thought I heard the stretches. Perhaps I was mistaken. We'll see. Angus saying, or Pulisic saying, Newcastle for Pulisic, and they'll win the league. I don't know. Do you really think that a team like Newcastle is going to win the league? Yes, they're going to challenge. Yes, they're going to push up, but they're not going to have a Leicester-like run. I don't know if I see a Leicester-like run coming out of Newcastle, even if they do pick up Pulisic. I hear DPG.
Hey, I just want to say that the U.S. men's national team right now is a train wreck.
Dude, where does it start and where does it begin?
First of all, I still don't understand how the hell, like, Gio Reyna's a grown man. He doesn't need his mom and dad to fight his battles for him. And it's kind of sad that it's come down to that. And it's going to be weird from this point on. Like, any new head coach for the U.S. men's national team has to walk around, broken glass with this guy.
There's got to be a way for a new coach to come in potentially and proverbially clean up that broken glass. Just sweep it up and say, oh, you know what? That's broken glass. We got new bottles for milk. Let's get back to filling them.
I don't know. I don't know if I won't be surprised if Gio Reyna gets blacklisted for a couple of years on the U.S. men's national team.
Well, that did happen to Karim Benzema, didn't it?
Yeah. So, maybe the new guy, whoever takes over, comes in and says, hey, I don't want any drama in my locker room, so I'm not going to call you up.
Well, that's another thing. It's not just the drama between Gio Reyna and the coaches now. It's what about how the rest of the players are now going to look at Gio Reyna after this all this dust is settled? Are they going to look at him like, oh, this guy's mom fighting his battles for him, like, meanwhile all the rest of us are just guys? It's like, what's going on here? They're going to look at him differently. Or are they going to look to be like, hey, you know what? We could all grow from this and say, you know what? Media is just, all this shit's a lot of pressure. Let's grow together. Let's go stronger and kick some ass for the World Cup 2026.
Well, I don't know. Like if Gregg comes back, I don't think you can salvage the relationship between Gregg and the Reynas. I think that ship has sailed.
Correct. I agree.
And I don't think that Gregg will call up Gio Reyna. So Gio Reyna is probably going to be out of luck with the U.S. men's national team if Gregg Berhalter sticks around.
Do you really think that Gregg Berhalter will stick around with this type of thing hanging over them, hanging over both of them? I don't see how the U.S. men's national team could really allow that. How can they approve that?
Well, here's the thing, and this is kind of a somewhat unique situation, because this is not, what happened back in '91. It's not with like an ex-girlfriend that, that happened and that was it. Gregg Berhalter actually married the woman that he kicked, and they have kids together, which means that they got over it and probably live happily ever after.
For the most part, yeah. They have 4 kids. They had success, and there was growth there, and that was 30 years ago. So, yeah.
So you have to look at it as, well, he made a mistake in college.
Yeah, he made a bad mistake. You don't hit girls.
Exactly.
It just starts there.
And maybe according to what he said, he got help. He talked to a psychiatrist, and fortunately, he managed to patch things up with his then girlfriend, and eventually they got married, and now they have kids. And this is why this kind of situation is unique, because the other party, the party that got kicked, it's not like they're gonna come out of the woodwork and be like, hey, yeah, he kicked me and this what happened, blah blah blah. It's not gonna happen. Everybody, I mean, I don't want to say everybody makes mistakes.
Everybody's got a few skeletons in their closet, no matter the size of them in some ways.
Yeah.
But that doesn't excuse the act, but the timing and all this it's gross. That's what it is, yeah. Something about it feels scummy.
Yeah.
But that's also why I don't see how they could bring back Berhalter with like this type of slimy thing. They're going to want to move on from this slimy thing. And it's a lot easier to move on from that by moving on to a new coach. And then, you could bring Reyna in eventually, and that slime will go off everybody. Kind of get cleaned by the brushes of time.
Probably. Maybe Reyna might be a last addition to the U.S. Men's National Team in 2026.
And like you said, maybe he just spent some time away and then kind of comes back after a little, time away.
All right. Give me 1 sec.
All right, take your time. Take your time. Do what you got to do. I thought I think he brings up a great point, because I didn't really consider the idea where that stepping away might actually be beneficial for Reyna. But maybe some time away from the team. Still is able to text the boys. Maybe they bring him in for maybe one of these camps, but like maybe they hold them at arm's length a little bit more. They're like, yeah, well, all right, we'll bring you in for one, but we're gonna maybe hold you out for this one if you don't need to come or something like that. And then kind of ease him back into the team, because I mean, we don't know the state of the locker room. We don't know how these boys are all getting along, how these men are all getting along. I mean, is Eunice and Reyna and Weah and Yedlin and all these guys texting each other and talking all the time and in communication, or are they kind of having like a little tiff right now where everybody's a little like, hey?
I want to say this: if there's any communication with the U.S. Men's National Team, if there's like some sort of group chat, you kind of have to imagine that Reyna's probably got kicked out of it.
That's what I'm wondering, right?
I think he might have gotten kicked out. He probably did get kicked out, because then that whole group chat will be kind of awkward. And, at that point, it's, I'm sure nobody in that group chat wants to, talk about the elephant in the room. So, it's just.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not on a group chat with that many people. Like, 'cause that would be like a group chat with 20 people, but there are probably little cliques inside of the group that he's.
And I want to add that, it's probably a reality that a lot of the veterans on the U.S. Men's National Team, don't like Reyna, especially the ones that have voiced their support to Gregg Berhalter.
How true do you think that is of how many players?
I want to say roughly half. I think the only guy that might stay behind Gio might be guys like McKennie, possibly Pulisic, a lot more of the younger guys.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But even then, like Pulisic, being potentially captain, the potential captain, he probably has to stay neutral in this, because he doesn't want to seem as taking sides.
Good guy to have in your corner, though. Tokyo saying he's going to be hopping on here shortly with us. That's awesome to hear. As long as you're and as long as you're able to stay on, DPG, appreciate it. Appreciate the time.
Yeah, I mean, in the worst case scenario, I might have to hop off for family stuff, and then
yeah. I
mean, depending how long it runs, I'll hop back in. But for right now, I got a couple of minutes. I can go. So it's just a weird situation. And and going back to the whole Pulisic injury, that just adds on more to the train wreck. Now you have the one guy that's been the reference point, that's been the face of the U.S. men's national team, is hurt, and it's becoming a reality where your star player is always hurt.
But I think they said that he doesn't miss a lot of U.S. men's national team games because of injury. He's missed a lot more club games than country games. Interestingly,
the thing is, I mean,
but he's going to be out months here, but it's after the World Cup, which is, you'd rather get him injured now than during the run up which he did get injured at the World Cup.
Another thing you got to keep in mind is, this looks like a serious injury. You kind of makes you wonder how the guy's going to come back. Is he going to come back the same? Is he going to, come back with, less of a step? That remains to be seen.
Significant knee injury. But so my question is this: what are you exactly advocating? Do you think you're advocating for it? Because it's like, are you saying like we can't build this U.S. men's national team around Pulisic? We got to find other ways to go about it. But I mean, he's certainly a part of the team. But like, or are you saying like maybe we just start not bringing him along?
You need to have a backup plan.
Okay, that's what you're saying.
Okay, so you need to have a backup plan, and what I mean by that is, for the longest time, Pulisic has always seemed like the guy that's going to lead this club to the next level. And there are times that he looks like that. But if he's struggling to get playing time in Chelsea, and on top of the injuries hindering playing time, it makes you wonder, first, if wherever he's at currently at Chelsea, if that's a good fit for him,
right?
Which most of us will agree that it's probably not.
Yeah. We've talked about that often.
Another thing is how, what's the aftermath of this knee injury? Is this the beginning of a series of knee injuries? Or is this just a one-time thing?
Right.
So, because normally, if you watch sports long enough, usually when a guy gets a knee injury,
a catastrophic knee injury,
sometimes it could become a recurring knee injury.
I don't know. This is not necessarily a catastrophic injury. I guess that would be more in line for the guys who had to ended up. Well, he did go to the hospital, I think after this right away. So, but I guess I'm talking about the guys who get bent in half or something, or get their bone cut and splintered in half. So he's still in a long road to recovery. He's going to be out significant months where he's not getting development. He's not playing soccer. We all know he's a great player. He's going to come back and he's still going to have his mentals, but he's going to not all of his mentals will be there. Like there's going to be missing toughness. And so the U.S. can't rely on that. And I don't know where the pivot is. Reyna strikes me.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that the failure of the 2018 World Cup qualifier for the U.S. men's national team kind of ruined Pulisic a little bit?
Oh, it hurt him. It hurt his development. Absolutely. Because the Pulisic coming out to party was delayed by 4 years. He would have had a decent tournament. That's 4 years ago. He wouldn't have had this tournament, but I think he had but here's the thing. This tournament would have been better with that World Cup experience, because it's not just him getting it.
Yeah, it's all the young guys. But I guess that what I'm trying to say is, besides the physical aspect of sports, the injuries and the soreness and all that, there's also the mental aspect. The fact that he's even said it himself that he's had mental problems dealing with what happened in 2018 in terms of, him questioning his own leadership, him questioning his own skills. Things like that do take a toll on a player.
I think that the success of this last World Cup has probably dispelled a lot of those fears for him. Despite that, though, his injury is a setback. It sucks, but at least he has something to work for. World Cup 2026.
Possibly. I guess what I'm trying to say is that failure is always going to be in the back of his mind.
I don't think that failure is as significant as Harry Kane's failure.
No.
I think that's going to haunt Harry Kane far more than Pulisic would be haunted about his performance at this past World Cup.
No, of course. I think this World Cup was more or less like a practice session for the U.S. men's national team for the younger guys to get experience.
Mm-hmm.
And they did. They got plenty of experience. They faced tough teams. They lost against tough teams. And then now it's forward to 2026. Now, whether or not the U.S. men's national team could find success, considering that they're going to be playing at home, that remains to be seen. I'm hoping at least. I think at this point, with the type of players that you currently have, and you might potentially have in 2026, you almost kind of feel that this team should be aiming for a semifinal, getting to the semifinals.
I don't know about that. I mean, it's going to be a very tough ask to get past any team like a Netherlands or an England, right?
But the thing is, yeah, it's always going to be tough playing against tough teams. But the fact is, things change a little bit differently when you're playing at home.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, we're going to be on home ground.
And if you play a European team, no matter what European team it is, you're always going to have a packed stadium full of Americans. Americans are going to probably outnumber the Europeans like 5-1 or even higher than that. So, I mean, but other than that, let me let you go. Let me get back to family stuff, and I'll try to get back on, okay?
All right, sure thing. Thank you for hopping on, DPG. 10-year plus season ticket holder for Chicago Fire. DPG hopping on, talking with the little men's national team. He brought up a thought in me, and I'm wondering, I inquired a little bit with DPG while I was here. I was saying, what Harry Kane, that failure is going to haunt him, I think, far more than Christian Pulisic. And, well, let me just bring this up. So Harry Kane has been rumored to go to Man United, and I'm thinking it's 2 years too late. I thought this about the Harry Maguire. I'm sorry. I thought this about the Harry Maguire deal. I thought that happened 2 years too late. They should have been on that earlier to get these players developing, to get them into Man United system sooner and developing to better players that much sooner. I think Harry Kane is a great signing for Manchester United. It's great, but guys, is he going to be at this next World Cup? Is Harry Kane realistically going to be at World Cup 2026? Now, hear me out. Marcus Rashford might be the England starter by then. This miss by Harry Kane is haunting. He's 29 years old. He's going to be 33. He'll still be in the prime. He'll still be capable. Maybe he's brought along as a sub. And maybe he's brought along as the Olivier Giroud. And having Harry Kane there as your Olivier Giroud, that's fantastic. But I don't know if he's going to be starting for the England squad in 2026. And so when I think about that, what is Manchester United really getting? They have Marcus Rashford, the likely starter at 2026 World Cup, USA, Mexico, Canada. I'm thinking Harry Kane, this move for Manchester United, it's 2 years too late, guys. Move on. Find someone else. Reallocate that fund. Reallocate the scouting resource. Erling Haaland was the guy, guys, and you blew it somehow. Somehow you blew it. You got Cristiano Ronaldo, great, I loved it, but Harry Kane, I mean, he could be here for 7 years. You sign him now, but are you getting the best 7 years of Harry Kane? No. The best 7 years of Harry Kane were the previous 7 years, up until that World Cup. I think that's the best you're going to see of Harry Kane, guys. I think he's peaked. Maybe he's got one more year of getting good there, but I think think he's reached the top. He's one of the top 12 strikers in the world right now. But for how much longer? How much longer is Robert Lewandowski going to remain a top 12 striker for that? He's 33 right now. Archduke himself saying that there's a good chance that Harry Kane will not be at the next World Cup. He's haunted every time he takes a PK right now. Haunted. And I also wonder about Manchester United. They're trying to bring in great players. They're trying to change their culture. They're trying to bring in winners. Not just players who are going to win the league, but will win Champions League. Is Harry Kane that type of player? I think he was. I think he can be for another year or two. But this is where I'm saying you're getting him 2 years too late. You get him 2 years ago, you're getting him for 4 or 5 years into this assist, then you'll get some gray hair. It's just, that's what I'm saying. It's 2 years too late. Now, you should be reformulating a plan. Change your plan entirely. You should be investing everything into Marcus Rashford. I'm sorry. You should be like, you know what? We're daft. The answer's been staring us right in the face for years and years and years. And I didn't want to think it was true because, but the great thing is we have been investing in Marcus all that time and it's paid off dividends. And I think it's going to pay off far more than going to get Harry Kane and spend a whole bunch of money to do that. When you got Marcus Rashford, the likely England 2026 starter right there on your squad. And he might even have to sit in order for you to bring this guy on because where's Jadon Sancho going to start? Come on, Manchester United. I don't think this is the right move. World-class midfielder, world-class defender, sure. Maybe they're a world-class striker. I think it's time we really settle in with Rashford. I don't think there's been a true commitment there. I mean, they even have Mason Greenwood coming up. They got some good players in the offing. That's my thoughts about Harry Kane. 2 years too late. Could be a good signing, but I think he's going to be far too expensive for the outlay. The price they're going to be paying for Harry Kane is the price they're paying for 2 years 2 years ago Harry Kane, and they're not getting 2 years ago Harry Kane. Is 2 years ago Harry Kane still within Harry Kane? Yes.
You can tell it's the MLS off season because we're talking Harry Kane.
Well, I got MLS stuff to talk about because do you think that MLS struggles with ratings due to quality or due to media coverage? Or are those things kind of married in a way?
I mean, it's like literally. Oh, by the way, hello. How you doing, Jim? It is FCNeoTokyo.
What's up?
Anyway, no, you know what? That's such a funny question that you asked because almost every problem in life is multi-pronged, right?
Right.
It's just percentages. It's not one thing that's the problem.
There's
Even
not
if
one
it's
shade of
99%.
black. It's not one shade. It's not one shadow. There's multiple shades. It's darkness, lightness, and it's a spectrum.
Well, I mean, we're at a point now. Like that's the thing. The league is going to grow no matter what. It's like, what else can you do on top of that? And like, because here's the thing. I think what it suffers from is people who are old enough like us remember how it used to get shit on constantly by mainstream media. So even when it wasn't, it was way worse quality wise, it just got shit on. It wasn't
praised. It would, well, but the thing is, maybe there's some credibility there because it wasn't that greatest. It wasn't great. They were shit. They were right to shit on, but also it was ours. So it's like,
oh, for sure. And
right?
That's the thing too, man. Like if they had kind of taken the tone of like minor league baseball or even like, oh, it's like the Dutch league. We're gonna try and feed even Liga MX back then, right? Not even the Premier League. We're gonna try and feed Liga MX. that would have worked better, I think, to allow people to care. But like, even think about it. I remember the first MLS jersey I had was a San Jose Clash jersey because the Fire didn't even exist yet, right? So the league isn't even old enough for people to have given a shit. Like, we're just now, literally in the last like 2 years, having people signed like to teams out of the academy. Like, oh man, when I was 7, my dad took me to a game and yada yada. Like for perfect instance, we've brought them up the last couple weeks. Whatever. Don't want to talk no shit, but gonna say something positive. Think of Jiggly. How many people in this country yet are like Jiggly, where their pops was like, we're going to the game? You know what I mean? I'm season ticket holder. That's not happening until, say, now, until people like once you have a kid. Once you have a kid, they're going to grow up knowing the Fire. So I just think that's part of the
NFL
problem.
Super Bowl it's going to be the 56th Super Bowl. It's only the 56th. Only 6 over 50. And meanwhile, MLS is entering its 23rd, 25th, 27th, 28th season, almost 30th season. But NFL's got a lot more years to it and legs to it than we sometimes give it credit for. Like you just said, like, we're now old now. People like us who've grown up fans who were the young kids being brought to the game now are bringing our young kids to the game. It's actually gotten to that point.
How many of us were brought to games as young kids? I wasn't. I had to cut. Like, I kind of cared about soccer, but then I had to like almost rediscover it and get into it, right? So like the whole reason I'm a Fire fan really is I was still just a U.S. men's national team fan. I was watching this, that, and the other, and then they came for that U.S. Open Cup game down in Peoria, played at Bradley University. Not the Giuliani Baba one, but the very first one they did.
Wow.
And that's like why I was just like, all right, cool. I'll watch the Fire. They're on it, nighttime on Saturdays instead of first thing in the morning. And that's just what happened. But I feel like our generation wasn't like that. Like, I guess you and a few other glaring examples were.
I played soccer and it was so 90s. I'm still like in. That's just, that's kind of grade school, 90s to 2000. That's kind of the grade school, high school times. So like, sports are becoming a bigger deal as you're growing up, as you're little. I think right around then. And so I was like, oh, there's a soccer team for Chicago. I'm like, and I always wondered, like, where's the soccer team for Chicago? Like, there's the baseball team, there's that. And then all of a sudden there's a Chicago soccer team. I was like, oh. So I was right on board right there in 97 when they announced it. But my brother was too young. Jeffrey was too young. But once he got old enough, he loved soccer. We're in the soccer world. It was just, and he started getting brought to these soccer events with the Fire stuff. So it's kind of always been around us, but it's not around everybody. It's like if you're not into soccer,
how many people's dads is the Fire their favorite team? Like, even my dad, I took him to the World Cup qualifier that I went to at Soldier Field, right? Like, he digs it. He doesn't hate soccer. Hell, he coached it when I was a kid, but like, he doesn't care or live and die with the Fire at all.
Yeah.
Like, he's just, whose dad in our generation favorite team is the Fire? No one.
Very few. Yeah, not mine. Yeah, baseball. It was baseball for them.
Right, and so now it's gonna finally be different.
I have a shocking stat for you. Baseball 1978 drew 48 million TV viewers. This last season of the World Series drew in 11 million.
Oof.
So I mean baseball is just dying.
I mean, it is. Like, I didn't watch a game last season. I mean, I really don't. I don't know, man. I just, it's going to take another generation or two of people to just be around it. Like, not even just, not to be sexist, just for a dumb example, but like, think how many like girlfriends or whatever have Bears jerseys or coats or something, and they don't really give a shit, but like, hey, if they're good and we're at the game, it's going to be a blast. So I'll root for them, right? Like, once MLS becomes that ubiquitous in popular culture, so to speak, where it's just around so much. Like, as long as people know what it is and don't give a shit, that's still progress because they'll know who things are. Like, shit, ask somebody to name the teams now. They wouldn't be able to name half of them.
I'm starting to think that two sports are gonna start to have a hegemony, and it's soccer and football, because soccer's not going away. Like, some people might want to think that like soccer's struggling in America, soccer's struggling to catch on, but here's the thing: soccer is the world sport, and every time the World Cup happens, the USA gets caught up in a frenzy with it. They love to go along for that ride. In fact, it was awesome, but not everybody was along for the ride. A lot of people ignored it, but the more frequent those times happen, the more frequently that happens, the more then that more regularity will be established. The more that the more casual, less involved people will be like, oh, it's the World Cup, I guess I'll tune in. Those people that might not have it on, it might not be on in the doctor's office when you're there, but like all of a sudden the next time it is, especially after it's being in USA, soccer's not going away. I think that soccer and football are kind of because football is so entertaining. It's just so fucking crazy entertaining. And soccer is just the world's game. But USA still has something to fix here with soccer.
Oh, I just think it's time, because the same thing you talked about with the NFL. It's only 65 years old, so to speak, for the Super Bowl, but you got to think there was two leagues before
56.
that for years.
Sorry. Yeah, 56. Two
or
leagues, the AFL and the NFL.
Think they were around at least 10 years before the NFL happened. So football's been around, but the thing is, it blew up in popularity in the mid 80s, like just quadrupled.
And then 90s
I mean?
and 2000. I think it's even more popular now.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like it went from steady growth to a spring.
I mean, fantasy football has made it, I think, into an absolute different animal right now, too.
Yeah, definitely. That kind of min-maxing type of kind of gambling is always going to drive it. And that's the other thing, too, is MLS, like, more gambling, that's going to be better and help. I know that kind of sucks, but that's what really drives sports, man.
If they ever figure out a way to do good fantasy soccer, man, it'd be fun. But I've done fantasy soccer, and it is just not as fun as fantasy football. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, I don't know about you, but, outside of internet world, my actual people I interact with on a daily basis all only know of the Fire because of me, right? They all only know about what's like, it's, hey, did somebody break their nuts? Like at the World Cup, and it's like, okay, let me tell you what's going on. I'm the guy they come to. So I don't have a single friend that I talk to that's into the sport. I mean, actually, take that back. I mean, I'm 40. This kid's played FIFA since we were in high school. And he just the last two, like, I think Russia World Cup, he kind of like latched on. Now he's a Dortmund fan. And I was talking to him about our team coming. It was before the World Cups last time I saw him. And I made him watch the Nations League game where they beat Mexico, because I was like, that's the perfect advertisement.
Yes. Didn't you make your wife watch that too?
Oh, well, we watched that live. Like when we saw it, when she never really, she's kind of the type like, oh, I'm not going to sit and watch that with you. And then
live,
she
good.
Does. Yeah. But so we're watching this game, and I was kind of like, it was like, I think the second game ever I made her watch, or at least she was in the room for, and she was riveted. And then at the end, I was just like, oh, that sucks. And she's like, what? And I'm like, that's it. That's the best it's ever going to get. Like, quite literally, that, like, think of even just the nonsense with like the fights and the guy jumping over the railing behind the commentator booth, like all that stuff. I was just like, it's never going to get any better. Everything else from here is going to be a letdown for you.
One of the things that happened to me at the World Cup, that I mean, it was right before the first game we played. And I was, I was feeling a little bit. I was like, oh, hooray, we're going to finally play a World Cup game. And then all of a sudden, I'm sitting down, I got my drinks and my chips and sitting down, and they're about to kick it. And all of a sudden, it just kind of sets in. And my wife's, as Miss Spinfire's in the other room, she's like, yeah, can you be quiet? Cause I'm still working. It was during the day. I left work early for it. And all of a sudden something took a hold of me that I did not expect that first World Cup game. And throughout and hold on to me throughout the rest of the tournament, but just like that
I think it was
fever,
because I think it's because for an American team, the way they actually held the ball for like the first 5 minutes
right?
made me feel like they were 2010 Barcelona.
Yep.
I was just like, oh, we're gonna win the World Cup now.
I was like, oh my
You
God, we got a shot. Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, it was just it was magical. Actually, I know. I'm with you. I was kind of like very rational, didn't know what to expect out of this team, yada yada, and
Right.
then like we got to the day of
Like your
took the day off,
expectations were
and
just like, hey, yeah, let's go play. Yeah, it's nice to be here.
yeah, I
Right?
was happy to be here.
Right.
Happy to be here, and then
That was my expectation. Like looking
And
at
then I
this
got
group, you're like,
super
yeah,
sad.
we're probably not going to get out of this. Like Wales, England, yeah, they'll probably be the best two teams. I mean, maybe we'll get one on Iran, right?
dude, I'm with you. I got so excited about
And
that.
then
But
that whistle blew, and everything I thought changed.
I will say, man, it kind of sucks that it's such a dumpster fire right now because that was a fun World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Even losing the way we did to Netherlands, it was we beat it all to death, but like, man, it just doesn't. I don't have a nasty taste in my mouth from that. Like, it was a good tournament. I enjoyed myself. They played well. It felt good, and now it's a train wreck.
Right now, it's a train wreck, but I think we could bring the good vibes back.
Oh, I agree. This is the perfect time for it to be a train wreck,
Right.
and not like 2025.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the perfect time for it to be a train wreck. I heard DPG. Does he really think Triple G is back?
Dude, he was saying that. I do not. I have a hard time believing he'll be back with the way that this all, regardless of him not, regardless of his past indiscretions and all that kind of stuff. I just don't see how they could bring him back.
Well, I feel like I'm with you. Like, I really felt like he wasn't coming back. Like, I thought this was like, I feel like they kind of wanted him back, but they also were on the fence with it.
Yes.
And then this was kind of like, oh, okay, cool. We don't actually need to make the tough choice. We'll just allow things to run their course.
Yes.
But even with that said, like, now I kind of feel like with Zidane saying no and Martinez taking Portugal, they're kind of like, okay, well, let's see how long we can ride out this storm before we can re-sign Triple G. Like, I'm getting more scared at every passing day.
That they're gonna bring him back, but
yeah, I wouldn't hate it, but it still wouldn't be
to
cool.
me. It's just risky. Here's what's risky about it. It's like, hey, I have this coach who has a weird relationship that broke down with a player that they were really close with. Do I want to really risk that again?
Oh, I think it's easier for Triple G and Gio to come to an understanding than him and Claudio. Like, I feel like
yes,
Gio
and Coach could definitely get back together.
They could be professional with it, I feel.
And bury the hatchet, so to speak. I also hope that Claudio can as well, but I mean, they also crossed the line, it seems, at a certain point. Like, and that's going to be real hard.
The thing with Berhalter, we talked about this. Like, I feel pretty comfortable with what I've been fed from the media and from everything that's come out, that's a more of an isolated incident than a pattern of behavior or a indicator of his character.
Right.
So really, with that taken into consideration, plus again, it cannot be undersold that, like, this isn't just an ex who came out of the woodwork. This is someone that forgave him, and they have been married for quite some time with 4 children. You know what I mean? So
and they didn't bring out this allegation. This allegation was brought up
by somebody else.
By somebody else.
That's what I was getting at. Is I think like the Reynas are like the 75% in the wrong in the situation, and obviously Gregg has that little pizza slice to take for just the accountability of it ever happening, period.
Yeah, they're gonna have to come back with some sort of mea culpa Gregg and truly apologize for this. But hopefully they can. They have a lot of years behind them. Hopefully they don't have to stay this bitter. But this has created, like you said, it's been created consternation, and to me, it's created a risky situation where it creates a place where the U.S. team could fracture a little bit. Like I was talking with DPG about the Discord or the WhatsApp that these guys are all probably all on together. And, they all probably got their own cliques. It's like, did they kick Gio out of the team WhatsApp group?
I mean,
and what were the implications of that?
Well, I mean, I think, to be perfectly honest, man, I think even if you're boys with Claudio, even if you're Eric Winalda and I was the shoulder to cry on. I actually kind of like Winalda, but I find myself constantly making fun of him. But
I love Winalda. I love Eric.
But even though like Winalda was the shoulder to cry on, I bet he would still say like, he was kind of in the wrong for releasing that like that or doing that like that. I feel like most of the guys would side with Berhalter in this instance. But then again, I don't know. I could be wild and crazy. Who knows? But
I'm missing my pop top from this beer I have here.
Oh God, are we still working on the fancy beer set?
I have another one here I was gonna crack into. It's Pilsner Urquell. Brewed only in Klen, Czech Republic.
Okay, that's my people.
Oh, it's a beer you've definitely seen before.
Aw, Delilah. My little kitty is she was happy to be trapped in here, now she's upset.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like to be a kitty?
Careful, man, copyright. It's too good, bro. Anyway, hey, can we talk about U.S. men's national team players and baddies?
All right, I thought I showed the picture. I showed the picture.
Oh my God, no, you did. I can't believe you're talking about the background. I can't believe you saw anything else in that picture.
I'm an honorable man.
Dude, I instantly showed my girl that picture, and I was just like, who this is, right? And she's like, who? I was like, Paul Areola. She's like, the nipple. Oh my God. I was like, yeah. And she's like, is she bad? I was like, yeah, I know. Oh man. No, I haven't. You know what? Josie Altidore is married to a professional tennis player. She's pretty bad. But I can't DeAndre Yedlin just got married too, by the way. Wow. By the way, I'm obviously a DeAndre Yedlin supporter in all things. Well, except for maybe neck tattoos. Like what does his neck tattoo even say? Yeah. It's like I think it says like Century, and I'm like, what? Like what?
It says Gentry.
Oh, okay. Oh man.
Gentry. I don't know what that means, but
yeah, I mean, not really. Me neither. But who knows, man? I will say, you know what? As a person who without tattoos, I greatly appreciate them, and I gotta say, it just, Pulisic seems like that guy who like nobody dislikes, but he tries to be cool, and it just like it always just like almost comes off. It's that thing where if someone else did this, it'd be way cooler. Like he's in that commercial trying to like play a guitar. It's just like, ooh, you kind of look like a nerd. He gets like a super dope like tiger tattoo on his arm where he can do a cool goal celebration. It's just kind of like,
Would you rather have him be like Russell Wilson, or Garth Brooks?
No, it's just I don't think it's just who he is. It's not like he's a bad dude or a total dork. Like, yeah. I mean, it's just that he just isn't cool, right? He's just slightly nerdy, which is kind of hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, that's a Kirk Cousins thing that they like.
Just slightly nerdy.
No, it's and then they got the White and Nerdy album playing background for Weird Al Yankovic. By the way, funny movie with Daniel Radcliffe and Weird Al, the Weird Al story.
Oh yeah, I heard that was kind of wild.
Definitely
but,
cute. Me and Spitfire, Miss Spitfire enjoyed it.
Okay.
Another
okay.
one we enjoyed during the Christmas season was Violent Night.
I've heard about that. I did
Oh.
not see that.
I didn't think I'd be into it. It's like, oh, David Harbour, that could be funny. It's got the mom from Christmas Story, or not Christmas Story, the mom from Christmas Vacation. Oh, it could be, maybe, I don't know. And then we started watching at the in-laws, and then we had to leave early on, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to watch this. Got home.
You wanted to see the rest?
Yeah, so we got home, me and Miss Spitfire, and I got it for us, and we started watching, and we enjoyed it. It was one of the best movies we've seen in a long time, as far as everything, like putting it all together.
Okay, I'll have to check it out, man.
I finally saw Knives. Then I finally saw Knives Out. I finally saw a whole bunch of movies.
Oh,
lately.
you were talking about that. People have been talking about that new one, Glass Onion, but
It's okay.
I don't even know what Knives Out is, so I don't even I don't know any of this. I'm not a TV watcher.
I enjoyed the first one more, the first Knives Out more, but the second one was still fun.
That's so funny, dude. I got made fun of so hard because we watched Miracle on 34th
I just
Street.
watched the Knives Out stuff. Like literally, everybody had seen it. Yeah.
Well,
But Mrs. Spitfire was like, "Oh, we're gonna go over to her sister's, and we're gonna watch the Knives Out the Knives Out." I was like, "I haven't even seen the first one." She's like, "Oh, well, watch it."
Well, get caught up. Yeah, my girl will just I kind of have a smaller TV that I play video games on to try and make sure I get time to hang out with my girl.
Yeah.
And she'll be watching TV, right? And so she always be putting things on to try and get me hooked or whatever. And so I'm on Lost now because I'm watching that for the first time ever.
Ooh.
I'm in season 3. It's not terrible. It is not terrible. I'll tell you that.
It's intriguing.
It goes so weird so fast. It just happens so fast.
Have you seen Community?
I have not. No. Oh, you know what? I take that back. I saw this episode where they had a pillow fight, and then the next episode was a Ken Burns documentary on the pillow fight.
Yeah, so I would earmark that one because Community, great. I love. That's a good one that me and Miss Spitfire really enjoyed. Dude, I love that British baking show.
Oh God.
I don't, dude. It's just so awesome.
Polo or whatever she called it.
British Bake Off. British Bake Off with Paul Hollywood and crew.
Oh,
and dude, it's just so delightful. The way these competitors compete, it's crazy. They're they compete hard, but they also want the best for each other. It's so.
Oh yeah, they're polite. They're polite, rude.
Yeah, it's British so quintessentially British. They all really want to win, but they're all so dreadfully nice to each other when they lose or when the other person wins or loses. They're so supportive, and it's so it's
that's
awesome.
insane. That's insane.
Listen,
bro,
TV.
I wish I could hang on here, but I have to run.
No!
But right before I do, are you legit wearing a denim kit?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's fucking beautiful. Did you buy that new, or is that all the way back from 1994?
I wish this was back from 94. This took some time to find back before it was a thing. I don't know how I got this. Took some sleuthing back in the 2018s. For a few years.
Oh man, I think it's beautiful. I'm gonna run one down.
I got one for me and my brother, and it's just dude, the denim kit.
Oh, you just got 22. It doesn't even have anybody's name on it.
I think this is it just says 22 on it. There was no
Who
other.
was 22 in 94?
I actually think that was Lala's.
Oh no way. Oh,
it might not be, but you just let's see, jersey. It is.
Oh God.
It is. I was right.
Oh man, Alexi Lawless is just. You know what? You know what's good about Alexi Lawless? There's not really a lot of super dirt. He's just kind of a dick, and that's perfect. He's the perfect villain because he's
a quintessential American dick, dude.
Yeah, he's just not out here doing the Bill Cosby thing or any kind of other really crazy shit. He's just an idiot and an asshole. And
No,
that's almost like the perfect villain.
No, he's like the guy that's like, he's pissing on these shoes, and he's like, he looks at you, he's like, are these your shoes?
Yeah, it's raining, bro. Like it just, yeah, he. God, that's so perfectly describes Alexi Lawless. He's the villain we deserve, not the one we want, or something.
Yeah, something. I do very much enjoy Alexi.
All right, man. Well, listen, you take care of yourself, and yeah, dude, wait to play Bloodborne. We should do a thing where you play Bloodborne, blah blah blah, blah blah blah.
The first time.
Blah. Yeah, hell yeah, man.
All right, that could be something.
All right,
got Bloodborne. That would definitely be, that'd be wild. I mean, I don't know if that's gonna be one we beat, but that's gonna be one we like launch and struggle and laugh and giggle. And dude, I can see that being a blast for sure.
Definitely,
because that one's gonna beat my ass.
Perfect. Listen, despite loving video games, I'm literally terrible at them. So yeah, that's on you, bro.
I can swing a sword.
All right, perfect. Listen, James, one love. You're beautiful. Good night.
All right, Toke, catch you on the flip side. That's FCNeoTokyo. Check them out on the Friends of the Channel, over the Friends of the Channel tab on my YouTube page. Thanks for everybody joining us here at Spitfire. Thanks everybody hanging out in the chat, everybody watching live or after the fact. What a night. We got DPG signing. We had Toke signing. Beautiful, beautiful things. Beautiful, beautiful people. Beautiful, beautiful opinions. Love to get it on here, guys. Love to. All right, so I got one or two more things left for you before we're going to start looking to possibly close it down a little bit earlier than usual today. But I'll start getting back to a little bit longer streams here. Still need to recoup. Still need to recoup a little energy here. But MLS Western Conference depth charts. Happy New Year. Austin FC was a pretty good team. They declined options on the veterans like Felipe Martins and Andrew Tarbell. None of these were major moves, though. Just eyeballing it, suggesting they cleared about a $1.5 million in cap room, with by far the biggest chunk of the taken up. I don't know if I want to read this, guys. I'm lacking on energy, so what I'm going to do instead is respond to the lineups: Fagundes, Zardes, Rigoni, Driussi, Pereira, Austin Ring, Gallagher, Vicenen, Cascante Lima, and Stuver. I like Lima on that side. Look at this team. Look at this team. Oh, wow. They steal Lima from San Jose. Steal Zardes. He's going to fit in just fine there. Look at this. Ocampo Chavez way behind, but still like what you see here in Austin. They got a good team. Colorado, they got Lewis all the way over from New York. Rubio, Cabral, Bassett, Priso, Price, Rosenberry, Keegan Rosenberry, Abubakar, Wilson, and Nicholson. And Yarbrough. Yarbrough had a great season last year. They were okay. Meh. Velasco, Ferreira, Areola, Leggett, Pamical, Cirillo, Farfan, Martinez, Ibiaga, Jesus, Paez. FC Dallas, they're going to improve. They were a young team, and they're young, and they get another year of experience. Joke saying, I forgot Key Kamara to Chicago Fire. I don't know. Do you really want 38-year-old Key Kamara when we already have a bench sub striker in Kasper Przybyłko? Yes, Key Kamara might be a little bit better, but is he really going to be better at 39 than 30-year-old Kasper Przybyłko? Kind of having a hard time believing it. I think that money, it's better spent elsewhere. Better spent bringing Key Kamara. Come on. I mean, like we're trying to bring in Lewandowski, although he's not going to come here either, right? That's a little too much. Franco, Eustace not going to be good. Ulfarsson, Ferreira, Herrera, Carrasquilla, Vera, Lundqvist, Hadebe, Steres, Dorsey, and Clark. Nope. And the champions of last season, LAFC, Buanga, Orango, Carlos Vela, Acosta, Cifuentes, Ile, Palacios, Long, Murillo, Hollingshead, McCarthy, and of course the notable departure. They brought in Aaron Long, but the notable departure of Gareth Bale. Gone. Gone. Do they even talk about it? Bale. Didn't even talk about it. He's gone and they don't even talk about it. It's a significant, was it a significant part of the team? He scored the game-winning goal, right? Wait. Jump the gun here, boys and girls. Back to Houston. All right. Now, LA, Galaxy. Bale is now gone. Axon, what's up? What's up, Axe? Just hanging out, talking a little MLS, talking to the US men's national team. We already got into that gossip, that nonsense, that craziness. Did a little bit of the past stuff with Gio, but also broke into what Pulisic injury might mean. Also, right now we talked a little about what MLS. What does it need to do? What does it need to do to get more respect? I think MLS is in a prime position right now. Truly is. They're coming off the back of this World Cup. If they could bring in a couple more World Cup players, a couple more players that are internationally involved, that were at this last World Cup, are probably going to be at this next World Cup, bring up the league quality, I think that'll go a long way. I think it's what MLS needs to do. And we can also really quick cover MLS free agents, the best of what's available. We got Alexander Callens, Sean Johnson of New York City. He's still out there, but the rumor is that he's going to Toronto. Ola Kamara, that's different than Key Kamara. Ronald Matarita, Will Bruin, Bill Hamid, that's a great goalkeeper signing if you need one. Jalil Anibaba, old Chicago Fire player, I think. Great player. Breck Shea, too old, I think, but great sub. Emmanuel Boateng. Those are some names that you can get for free. And maybe one of them ends up on your team. Actually, I didn't even realize that Gareth Bale retired. Yeah, I mean, they don't even mention it in this article here. It's kind of shocking, but they do know he's not here. I mean, like, they do have him listed. They have him listed second under behind Arango and Villa, but he's retired. He's retired from the game, not just international football, but soccer in general. Chicharito's still here, though, kicking it. Costa over to his right. They don't know over to his left. Puig, different kind of Puig. Delgado, Brugman, Edwards, Caceres, Koulibaly, Araujo, and Bond in goal. And they'll be okay. Chicharito, they'll go as far as Chicharito could take them. I mean, he's had an impressive couple seasons in MLS. I mean, he's lasted longer than Gareth Bale. Minnesota at Fraggle Rock had a great season last year. I think that they're going to build off that. Fragapane, Amarilla, Lode, Reynoso, Arriaga 2, Trapp, Lawrence, Baxal, Coleman, Taylor, and St. Clair. Portland Timbers. Well, back to real quick judgment. Yeah, as I said, watch Minnesota make playoffs. Watch for them to improve. Right? Teams that have some of these holdovers and good coaching should improve. Angus saying that with the Galaxy sanctions, they really ought to decline. I agree with that sentiment, Angus. Chad, if you have any sentiments, if you have any adjudications on the team, any scouting reports you want to deliver, opinions, let me know. But I definitely agree with what Angus is preaching here. I think Galaxy, they went as far as Chicharito took them last year. What if Chicharito gets injured this season for a portion of the season? They'll have some significant struggles. They'll be languishing into kind of like the way the Chicago Fire were, and they probably won't make the playoffs if there's a significant injury to Chicharito. If there's no significant injury to Chicharito, they probably make the playoffs, right? Portland Timbers. Neat Skoda. All right, so we got Chara, Marino, Evander, Williamson, Chara, Bravo, Zuparic, Mabiala, Mascara, and Ivacic. Yeah, they'll be okay, but I feel like they've been kind of slowly falling apart over the years. But They've had a decent GM. You got to feel like they're able to hopefully bring in new pieces, refresh this squad, get it back to playoff level, and also championship game making teams. Real, Salt Lake, Merrim, Cordova, Severino, Krelic, Ojeda, Ruiz, Oviedo, Glad, Silva, Brody, and McMath. This is a sneaky good team. This is going to be one that just kind of pushes, edges you out, shows up some days, doesn't show up on others days that you'd expect them to, and they'll make the playoffs. That's just what Real Salt Lake does. Justin Merrim, still doing it. How about that? Moving on to San Jose. I ain't gonna say that Portland is timbering. I kind of think so too. It's waffling. It's been a matter of time. Is this the first? Is this going to be the year that they fail? Meanwhile, San Jose, they're still looking for a good, successful season. You thought they were going to get some more success with Almeida here, but now Almeida is gone, and now it's a new voice in coaching booth in San Jose and in the executive booth. They have Kinkanovich, Ebobisse, Espinoza, Montero, Jackson Ewell, Judson, Traco, Rodriguez, Nathan Acapo, and Marcinkowski in net. I don't know how really good they're going to be. I don't know how good you could really expect to be. Maybe they surprise, but it seems unlikely. A team that disappointed a little bit last year was the Seattle Sounders. Everybody said, oh, they'll catch on. Oh, they'll figure it out. Didn't happen, but they should this year. Jordan Morris, Raul Ruidiaz, Christian Roldan, all returning. Lodero, Rusnak, João Paulo. I think this is a good team. Alex Roldan, the brother of Christian. Yaimar, Arriaga, and Nuhu. I mean, this is a decent team. Fry over there as well. This is a good team that's going to be playing really, really well. I don't know if they have CONCACAF Champions League to worry about this season or anything like that, or what's going on there, but it seems like this team should get off and should put forth a good effort this season, much better than they did last year. However, they just lost their GM. Their GM went over to Atlanta. Wish they went to the Fire, but Garth Lagerwey, the former GM for Seattle Sounders, is now the GM for Atlanta United. You have been warned. Sporting Kansas City. Oh gosh, they were in it. They were in for Ronaldo, so they say. By the way, Real Madrid got offered Ronaldo 17 times by their agent. He just called and said, hey, by the way, he's still available. Yeah, we just left the meeting with this team. Yeah, he's still available. Just want to let you know. Ronaldo's still available. He could do bench. He could come off the bench. He's interested in that. Just loves Real Madrid. Wants to play for the Crest. Didn't end up happening that way. Didn't end up in Sporting Kansas City either. Saloy, Agata, Russell, Tommy, Walter, Radoja, Ndembe, Fontaz, Ford, Zusi, and Melia all back. Same for the coach, but how much longer does Peter Vermees have in Sporting Kansas City to build a winning program, something that wins a trophy? I think they've won one back in 2017. Maybe it was 2014. 2014. It's been a while. And the new team, Angus's team, St. Louis SC. Well, let's get an update. Should I just list the whole roster? I mean, I can't remember how I've done the offseason thus far part for the expansion teams before because, well, you know what I'm talking about. Well, anyway, St. Louis has got themselves a DP number 9. Good. And a DP goalkeeper. Questionable. A bunch of veterans at center back. I mean, I like that. And some talented kids to develop on the wings. Well, that's good. One workman-like mid-20 central midfielder, 2 workman-like mid-20 fullbacks, and a few open questions. We'll get to those open questions in a minute, but that's the what's next segment. Right now, in general, it's best to understand that this roster build as one, it's designed to bring energy drink soccer to life. Almost every player on this roster at this point would be described as hardworking and physical before you'd even start ticking off their attributes with regard to technique or vision. which is just right in line with what we all thought the club identity would be. Working class, blue collar, hard work. And sporting director Lutz Pfannenstiel basically confirmed all that on Extra Time a couple months ago. I don't really believe in that word, designated player, he said. I believe that you need to have good players at a similar level who work together as a team, as a unit. It's called a DP or a young DP or a TAM, whatever you call it. Well, at the end of the day, everyone there is there to play a role on the team within the structure. That is how we build so far for the squad. What's next? Continuing to build the midfield out. Edward Lowen looks like a safe bet at the number 8, but guys like Thomas Ostrak, Nabalo Blom, and Asiel Jackson, all are massive question marks at this level. And even if all three hit, the field running with their boots tied, there's pretty flagrant lack of depth here in the engine room. There's going to have to be new signings there in the coming weeks. At least 2 of them will have to be guys capable of contributing right away in MLS. Maybe that goes back to that list that we were talking about. Maybe there's 1 or 2 names there to end up in St. Louis. And man, it sure would help at least one of those names. Maybe not those free agents, but one of those names that arrived in St. Louis soon was DP Caliber. The other possible place to add a piece is right back. Though I have a hunch, first round super draft pick Owen O'Malley is slated to make the shift from college winger to pro fullback. He has the physical tools to do the job. But can he? Remains to be seen. Angus saying that St. Louis claims to be building from the midfield. They announced their homegrown player, Caden Glover, very recently. Announces the Archduke himself. And then the final spot to address is backup goalkeeper behind Roman Berkey. Because he's starting, but you still need somebody behind him just to fill in that gap. Okay, actually, there has been reported that Lowen is in on the DP deal. And Berkey is in on a max TAM spot. That's a reverse from what I initially heard, but nothing is official yet. I'm going to add this note here for now, and we'll revisit this later. We'll get more clarity later. So we have Vasilev, Klaus, Alms for the poll. We have Ostrak, Lowen, Blom, Nelson, Parker, Nielsen, old MLS names, Parker and Nielsen, and Nerwinski at right back. Meanwhile, Roman Berkey in net. How well do you think St. Louis will fare, chat? How well? Do you think that they'll make the playoffs? Do you think they'll make a push? Do you think they will surprise? Similar to what Charlotte did, similar to what FC Cincinnati is able to produce lately. Maybe not in their very first seasons, but they've produced better than the Chicago Fire lately. Haven't all those teams? Vancouver Whitecaps. You got White, Galt, Vite, Gressel. Gressel coming over there. He's going to hopefully be making get a full season in under his belt in Vancouver and continuing to make a name for himself in the MLS. Martins, Schaff, Blackman, Vasilinovic, Laborda, and Hassal. I don't expect much out of Vancouver. They're going to go as well as Gressel takes them, but they could push for an outside playoff spot. Don't really expect it, but they could be one of those teams that kind of shocks you, right? Just because Julian Gressel's there. He brings a lot. But they need a lot. Meanwhile, St. Louis going to have to still bring in a few players to change in to help them compete at MLS, as we heard. Exciting that MLS is right around the corner, everybody. As well as right around the corner, we have NFL football. Are you guys ready? NFL schedule is here. Take a quick peek at the games. We have the Seahawks versus the 49ers. Of course, the Seahawks coming in with their quarterback, Geno Smith, who's played well all season. And the defense has gotten better over time. Still have a good receiving core. I believe they have an injury to one of their best receivers, but they still will have one of their other best receivers available. Seahawks, not a team to be looked down upon. They definitely have some noise. They have a good coach, but probably unlikely they're going to get past the 49ers. That defense is just so good. And the offense has a lot of weapons. Yes, they're helmed by a rookie quarterback in Brock Purdy. But the offense that Shanahan runs over there is just too good, I think. And I really think that the 49ers are going to be NFL contenders. Oh, man. The Angus saying that maybe in St. Louis' second or third season, they'll make the playoffs to close that book. Also saying that the past 13 days for the NFL have been crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yes, absolutely happy. Very happy that DeMar Hamlin was able to go home, walk out of the hospital on his own accord. Fantastic to see. Horrible. It was what we were watching it live when it transpired. It was a horrible situation, and it was very unnerving. A lot of people, a lot of players, a lot of former athletes all watching on in abject horror as this man fought for his life in front of us. And it was not... And it's just good to know that they got the support they needed right away. And hopefully this led to learning more about those types of situations that we could prevent and help young kids who might have experienced those types of situations on the playing field themselves. And hopefully they have access to those types of care. But back to the game here. So I think 49ers are going to kick Seahawks' ass. They'll make it on through. The Chargers have been playing great defense. They have Khalil Mack there, guys. Ex-Bear Khalil Mack. The Jaguars have been waffling. They're hit or miss all season long. They're going to walk into this postseason against the Chargers, who last year, the Chargers played a barn burner of a postseason game. Don't you forget it. The Chargers will show up. The Jaguars will be caught up in the shiny bright lights. It's going to be Trevor Lawrence's first playoff game. Chargers, but it won't be the case for the Chargers quarterback. I think that Chargers will win that. So Chargers in, 49ers in. Next game. Those games are on Saturday, 3:30 and 7:15. Next game, Sunday, 12 p.m. Dolphins versus Bills. Got Buffalo. I think Buffalo is the team to beat, the team that's going to go all the way. That's the team I have picked to go all the way to the championship. It's going to happen here. If they beat the Dolphins, you can clinch it. You can just write it now. Write that storybook right now. If the Bills beat Dolphins this very first game of the playoffs, they're going all the way. If they don't win, it's going to create a whole new playoff scenario where I'd have to pick a different winner for that. In that case, I think the 49ers will win the Super Bowl. If the Bills get knocked out, I think the 49ers win the Super Bowl. Now, the Bills versus the Dolphins. Tua is already marked out, guys. Tua's not going to be there. They're having to play a backup quarterback, and they can't even play Teddy Bridgewater. They're playing their even more backup quarterback. Dolphins are in trouble. It's like Bills are going to win that very first game. Watch out. Next game, Giants versus Vikings. Now, the Vikings, guys, they're frauds. They are frauds. You can see it in every single loss they had this season. They are not real. But you know who isn't also real? It started off the season, everybody thinking, oh, are these guys for real? The Giants. The Giants are less real than the Vikings. Their defense is easily get-up-onable, especially for Kirk. He's going to be able to throw all day on that Giants cornerback unit on their secondary. Forget about KC. Well, KC's not in this list. They're playing next week. I didn't forget about KC, though. I think the Bills will beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that 49ers are going to go all the way. But chat, I do want to hear your guys' thoughts and who you guys think will go all the way. If you guys have any picks of players you guys have to want to shout out, absolutely. If you're saying you think that KC is going to go all the way, I can absolutely make an argument for that. I can absolutely see an argument for that. The two teams that have buys are Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Both teams have an argument, but for the Philadelphia Eagles to go all the way, they need Jalen Hurts back. They need Jalen Hurts back healthy. And then they'll be able to make that deep run all the way. They don't get that back, I don't see it happening for the Eagles. Kansas City, much simpler situation. They got to win 2 games to get in. That's it. and they have Patrick Mahomes, and they have Andy Reid. Two of the best game players of the game right now. Absolute. Andy Reid, one of the best coaches in the game. Probably right after Bill Belichick, it's Andy Reid. And Bill Belichick's on defense, I think, and Andy Reid's on offense. So like Bill Belichick's the best defensive coach, Andy Reid's the best offensive coach. Takes that for what you will. 2 games to get in for the Super Bowl 56 for Kansas City. So you can't sleep on them. But I still think it's going to be 49ers or Bills. Just do. Chargers, though, could run right into one of these teams and cause a lot of havoc. The teams I really like, the Chiefs, the Niners, the Chargers, the Bills. I could see Joe Burrow turn it on with the Bengals, and I could see the Cowboys. But let's go back to this. So Giants and Vikings, Vikings are not real. They're going to get blown out, but maybe this isn't the game they get blown out. Saying that Philly will fold. Chargers will fold. I don't think Chargers fold this round. I can see Chargers folding the next round. Philly could fold their very first game because they are coming on that bye, right? They're getting that bye game. Angus saying, I predict Buffalo and Minnesota to be in the championship game. I am rooting for Kansas City, though. So Buffalo, Kansas City, Buffalo and Minnesota can end up in the championship together. And at that point, wow, that would be so unexpected. I just can't believe that Vikings would be the team that would get through between the Cowboys and the Bengals. No, yeah, right? No, the Ravens are on the AFC. No, be the Niners. So the Niners for beating the Seahawks, the Chargers beating the Jaguars. I'm saying the Bills beat the Dolphins because Dolphins have a backup quarterback. Giants could definitely beat the Vikings and surprise them. But oh man, the Vikings have that offense that could all of a sudden just get hot, and Minnesota deserves a championship, right? And all these teams really do. Now, Ravens, it sounds like they're not going to be able to play Lamar Jackson. So that you got to give the edge to Joe Burrow there. Sunday Night Football. And then Cowboys, Buccaneers. Tom Brady. You can't ever sleep on Tom Brady in a playoff game. And the Cowboys have been cratering lately. They haven't played well. They haven't. However, I just think the Cowboys have a better team and they can get that back going. And if the Cowboys turn that switch on, it's going to be a scary, scary thing. Let's take a look at the NFL bracket. We got something better. We got something better than that. Come on. There we go. Open image and new tab. Let's just show me this. Horrible image, but hey, it does the trick, right? Oh, no, it doesn't. Horrible. Reset that. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Ding, 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 ding. We'll get it. We'll get it fixed here. Oh, I want just like a good bracket. Gosh damn it, the NFL one was good, I guess. Oh, that works. That works. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Give me this. All right. So KC, Philadelphia, playing potentially either the low seed, right? They get the low seed of who's left. Interesting. But KC probably wins. Philadelphia, if they run into Tampa Bay or Dallas, they're in trouble. If they run, they probably won't run into Giants. They probably won't run into Seattle. Philly is in trouble with who they run into. I'm not so worried for Kansas City. Kansas City versus Chargers. Wow, that would be an amazing game. I don't think Miami's going to win with that backup quarterback. Don't think Baltimore's going to win with their backup quarterback. So it's probably going to be Jacksonville or Chargers there. And yeah, I think it's going to go Buffalo all the way. And San Francisco. Boom, 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 all the way. Meet in the middle. Buffalo wins. Wins their very first championship after getting shut out 4 times in the championship. in the 90s. Horrible situation for the Buffalo fan. They finally get over that hump. I had Josh Allen on my fantasy football team this year. It was awesome. Great ride. Treated me well. Excited for the Super Bowl, guys. I'd highly recommend right now, talk to your bosses, whoever it is, get Super Bowl Monday off right now. February 14th or something. It might even be Valentine's Day. No, it's February 13th. Make sure you get Monday, February 13th off. Super Bowl is, of course, February 12th. That way, it should be a national holiday, shouldn't it, chat? Angus saying, Philadelphia has not done nearly as well as last month. I do not see them going that far. Dude, Miami is definitely good again. They got a good coach. Their coach is really good, but their quarterback is super injured. He's got another concussion, and it's his second or even possibly third concussion this season, to the point where they're wondering if this guy could still play football. He's an excellent football player, but should he play football for his health? 3 concussions, 3 significant concussions that he had to miss significant amounts of game time. At one point fell on the field in such an awkward way that it led to the NFL changing some of the rules. But yes, Miami quite good. Not too shabby. Jacksonville has a shot, but it's really you got to think that Chargers will win that. Cincinnati's got the better quarterback situation because Baltimore, Lamar Jackson is injured. Miami's quarterback is also, and both their quarterbacks are injured. Not only are they missing Tua, they're missing Teddy Bridgewater, who's an excellent, very capable backup. So Miami's going to have to dig super deep. So I'm thinking Buffalo wins that. Cincinnati wins that. Buffalo versus Cincinnati, guys. Where are they going to play that game? Where will they play that game? And then Buffalo, Cincinnati, can you guys imagine? That's going to be DeMar Hamlin. It's going to be brought up all over again because that's the game that happened. Cincinnati Bengals versus the Buffalo Bills. That's when the game just 2 weeks ago. DeMar Hamlin, that game. And they're going to be playing against each other potentially if they both win this weekend. On the other side, Tampa Bay versus Dallas. You cannot sleep on Tom Brady in Tampa Bay, but I really think that Dallas gets it going. Dallas could very well start a run, guys, and surprise everybody. Dallas had a very good team, had a good defense all season. And what you need to win the Super Bowl, to go all the way, you need a good defense. So what does that mean? Minnesota's out. That means Jacksonville's out. That means Giants are out. That means Seattle is out. Well, Seattle decent defense, but no, it's not great. So those guys are out. You need a good run game. Chargers, they got it. Cincinnati, they got it. Buffalo, they got it with Josh Allen. Tampa Bay, they got it. Dallas, they got it. San Francisco, they got it. They all got the run game, guys. So the good defense, the good run game. They need a good punch. Every single one of those teams got good punch that I mentioned. Chargers, Buffalo, Cincinnati, Kansas City, Philadelphia, Tampa Bay, Dallas, San Francisco. Those are the contenders. And you're saying 13 days ago. 13 days ago was when the DeMar Hamlin injury happened. I am excited for the football. Where's my drink? If Dak doesn't choke, if Dak poop shoot, my buddy calls him Dak poop shoot. His little butt hurt. Yeah, I think he drafted him one year. But if Dak doesn't poop shoot the bed, Dallas has a really good chance. Jerry really wants to win a championship before he goes. He's doing his best. He's got his best team arranged that he thinks can do it. Guys, let me be right back. Let me go get a pop top here. Just 1 second. Cheers. All right, thanks for holding out, boys and girls. Appreciate it. Cheers. I'm drinking this time that Pilsner Urquell I was talking about. Czech Republic. Guys, oh my God, let me show you this. This is my coaster. I got it at the Van Gogh event exhibit that they did in Chicago. Mrs. Spitfire and I got tickets. We love Van Gogh, and it was a fun little experience, fun little date night. Something like that comes up in your town. Check it out. Have a maybe have a beer or something before, and if you want, you don't have to, but you'll enjoy it. It is a fun time. Chat, are you what are you thinking about for the betting lines though? Let me check one thing here. Let me check one thing here. Checking NFL betting lines. There we go. So I would go with what, 10.5 points, 9.5 points. I don't know. You really want to take that money line there? Can you risk? It's going to be a closer game. It's going to be close games for some of these. I think it's going to be much closer. This San Francisco Seahawks game, I could see this being much closer. Now this Miami Buffalo game, that I could see getting out of hand. Ang is saying that the original Budweiser is from Czech Republic. It's a rice beer too. Budweiser is a rice beer where a lot of other beers are not. And that's why it tastes different. Also, it's why it gives you a lot of gas sometimes. I don't know, for some people. Right? Chargers getting -2. See, this is, I love that. I think Chargers going to dominate there. I think Minnesota's going to dominate there. And actually, I'll just toss I think I'll toss 2 on. I'll just toss 2 on that. I feel confident about that. But Dallas versus Tampa, I do not feel so confident about that one. That one, questionable. Just Tom Brady's involved. Got Christian McCaffrey, Ken Walker. Who do you think's going to score touchdowns here? You got to watch out for Christian. Got to watch out for Debo. Who's going to get a touchdown on Seattle? Could be Walker, DK, Fant. I like Fant for a touchdown. Oh yeah, Brandon's always good, but Purdy has been spreading the ball out. He's been going all over, and one of his favorite targets, George Kittle. I think it's saying that the USA Budweiser gives me a hangover too. Ugh, not good. So maybe switch to a different brew if it's giving you a headache. Because I wonder, sometimes beers do give you a headache or you have an effect with beer. Everybody's different. Everybody has different bodies, right? Internals. And they also say that they don't recommend drinking any alcohol. They had some tweet that said like, oh, by the way, like, there's no amount of alcohol that's good for you. Like, it's just not good for you. You shouldn't be drinking alcohol. And everybody was like, in moderation, bro. In moderation. Enjoyable. But I mean, doesn't do anything good for you, right? Whatever. To each their own, of course, into moderation. And if you guys need help, reach out. Guys, it has been a blast talking MLS, talking USA soccer, talking all these things with you. I'm wondering when James Bond GoldenEye comes out for Switch, because I thought that's coming out soon. How's that not here yet? GoldenEye coming to Nintendo Switch in 2023. Back in September, Nintendo announced that the beloved Nintendo 64 classic GoldenEye 007 will be coming to the Nintendo Switch. That'll be exciting. Coming soon. That'll be fun. But like most things on the Nintendo Switch, when it comes to the Nintendo 64 games and the classic games, it's like, feels like a passing novelty. I go check out those games, I play them for a little bit, then I'm like, I want to play the newer things. I want to play the things. I got a Switch. We got the Switch, and Miss Spitfire loves it. I love it as well too, because now that we have the PlayStation, and Mrs. Spitfire can play her horsey game, which is Red Dead 2. She loves playing her horsey game, going hunting and riding her horse and petting it and cleaning it and fishing and all that kind of stuff. And then when she runs into the O'Driscolls, she freaks out and hands me the controller. Just kill him, run away. But other than that, she likes to do all those other things. So I'll grab the Switch and I'll play a little, get something next to her on the couch. You know, maybe a little Football Manager, maybe a little Cult of the Lamb, which has been a lot of fun lately. Got a couple other games on there that I'm keen to play with that are on the backlog. But yes, I love the Switch. I love the Switch for the fact that I can play it on the TV, take it out, play it in my hand next to the wife on the couch. So amazing. Love that, because and that way I don't have to game on my PC all the time. I can go over there and get to hang out with the wife sometimes, because it's like sometimes I'm gaming here, she's over there doing her thing. It's like I wish we were in the same room together, even though we're both like kind of doing our own thing. I wouldn't mind, snuggle up with the wife and the puppy, right? So, I like it for that reason. But the one thing I've noticed about these retro games is that, and I want to bring this article up too. Maybe you guys can relate to this with technology. One of my friends sent this. Let me find it. But it was an interesting article about technology and just how we get older and how we think of it differently. Find this. Not it. Oh, he sent it. Find it. Where did he put that? Hello. Well, basically, it was talking about technology and how we relate to technology and how technology just does not excite us as humans anymore. A lot of people who are in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s are finding themselves not as excited by technology. Some people were saying that the last time they got excited by technology was in 1999 when Apple released those colorful little iMacs. You remember when they had released 4 different colors? Some people have not been excited by technology since then. And everybody gets also excited about technology at different points in their lives. But chat's saying about video games. Been playing Minecraft with my son. Got my wife hooked on it too. Everyone is saying Elden Ring is where it's at. Now, I highly recommend Elden Ring. I put 100 hours. I got 100 hours sunk into Elden Ring. I don't think I'll be beating it. If DLC releases, maybe I make a push, but I've reached a point where I'm like, I've exhausted my playthrough in Elden Ring. 100 hours, 111. And it's been a blast. I built up my guy and my character the way I wanted. I had that power wizard fantasy. I could walk in, just blast them or swing, or I could cut them at him with a crazy katana and go like samurai sword on him. I can go magical warrior, samurai warrior on him. It's really fun. Magical samurai mage was my build, but there's different types of build, and that's what I enjoyed about it. And the exploration. And the other thing was, the other day I just was like, oh, I was a little bored. I'm like, oh, I need a game to play. I'll just hop in Elden Ring. I hopped in and I had a blast. It was really easy to pick up the controls. I stumbled into a cavern that I actually had never been into, and I was like, and then I walked into I started beating it, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to go too far because I'm like, I haven't played this game in so long, and it is so intimidating. But I had a good build. I have a good build, and I was remembering the game, so I kept pushing farther and farther, and all of a sudden I walked out, and then there's 3 freaking of these bad guys who have only fought one before, and I haven't played this game again like in a month or two, and I'm like, oh shit, and then I go ahead and beat him first time. I throw out my mimic tier, who's got similar stuff to me, and me and him both, I start throwing one of my sword magical moves, and I blow them all up to Kingdom Come. And after a couple swipes, I win. But it was a little difficult again. I had to evade. There's the challenge there, but still I was reminded like about what I enjoyed about this game, and I was like, oh wow, this game's good. Highly recommend Elden Ring. But however, it's not for everybody. I had friends who are into that type of the game. They played it, they picked it up, they played for a few hours, they didn't really like it. They just put it down, they couldn't. Might pick it up at a different time. It might be one of those types of games. One of the games I've been enjoying lately, the Alto Collection. It's just this weird ski-free game that I got for free on Epic. See if you have it on Epic, one of those free games. The Alto Collection, and it's like a one-hit jump ski-free game. It's just fun, nice little mindless game. I like that. Shadow Tactics, been enjoying that. That's been a nice little fun game that I got for free that I didn't expect to enjoy. I tried Severed Steel. I have this interesting game called Paradigm. It's like super fucked up humor. It's got like a sloth with hair in it. One of the main characters is a thumb with a wart. Their head is a thumb. Yeah, I don't know, guys. And then coming out here in a few days is Odyssey, One Piece Odyssey. I have One Piece Odyssey. I already got it. I can't wait to play it. That comes out tomorrow. I'll be able to start playing that. Probably play a little bit of that on stream so you guys can check that out. They changed JRPGs. I'm not a JRPG guy. The only type of those types of games that I might like is Pokemon. I like Pokemon, but I like One Piece. Me and Mrs. Spitfire, we really enjoy One Piece. For whatever reason, we really like it. And I'll tell you why we like it. It's uplifting. It's powerful. It's positive. It trounces on negativity, and it triumphs friendship and love and family. And that's what I love about One Piece. Just to sum it up. From the first few episodes, I was like, what is this? I don't know if I want to watch this, because I was like, oh, there's a fucking there's a gazillion episodes. And the dub's amazing. It's a great show. It's like the Simpsons of Japan. It's great. If you watch it, you'll probably like it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really need a new TV show. Not really looking. Nah. And all of a sudden it showed up on Netflix. Watched the first episode. 15 minutes later, I watched the second episode. All of a sudden, I'm 22 episodes in. And into this thing at a certain point, right? I'm just like that deep into it. And then all of a sudden, Mrs. Spitfire walks on her first episode. Me about 22 episodes in. She's like, what is this? I hate it. And we watched the episode. No, we watched the episode 22. And she's like, I hate this. Another. We watched the next episode 23. It's like, I hate this so much. Another. So conflicted. We watched another, and so we started watching them, and we just kept watching. I'm like, well, do you want to? And I'm like, all right. So now that we watched a few, do you want to just go back and restart so you can catch back up? I'm willing to. I really like this And she's like, no, just watch it another time. And so she did. We just continued where we were at. She caught back up to where we were. She watched the episodes that she missed on her own. And man, we've been off onto the One Piece races. It's been one of our favorite shows. Saying, go fire! Keep it up. Peace out. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Probably one of my favorite games was a creepy one about killing Nazis. Dude, that Castle Wolfenstein? Maybe it's Castle Wolfenstein. I have that. Could be fun. Could be very fun. In fact, guys, I'll show this game for you. See if I can pull it up. Game capture. Let's go with a good one. Turn the music off. Oh, let's turn mine off. Oh, it crashed? Oh, dude, it crashed. It crashed so hard. Should be good, though. I think we'll make it. I can say yes. That's the one. Castle Wolfenstein. Yeah, I actually have that on here. You could check that out. They got that from Epic. I think we just gotta. What do we do? All right, so we just go down a mountain. We could jump. We could backflip and get speed. And we have to avoid rocks, collect coins and llamas. And we can unlock certain secret passageways. It's just a nice little peaceful, relaxing game. Nice little jump. Let's get this. Look at this. Look at this. And we'll land nice and peacefully. Ooh, I got up there. Nice little secret, right? Ooh, more llamas, which we want to unlock. We also have like a goal. Pick up a magnet and a feather in the same run. Ride through a village and land 25 backflips. 25 backflips? Wow. Okay. Jeez. You gotta do that in one run. But once you do it in one run, you're good. It locks. It's like it puts a check mark. We need to find a good spot. Woo! There we go. Avoid the fire. Also, sometimes there could be like an old man chase you down, kind of like that Sasquatch in Ski Free. You don't want to disturb him. Go for it. It's risky, but we went for it. Look at that. Love it. Got a couple backflips in, which is what we need. We need more backflips. Avoid that. Whatever that was. Oh, I should have gotten back. Maybe could have gotten backflip off there. Go for it. Risky. No! See what I'm saying? Risky, but we didn't get it. Oh, it's going to keep us? Oh, wait, it's going to keep us at 24%? Is it really? Look at that. Oh, cool. So I only have to land so many. I don't have to land it all in one run. Oh, I just broke it. I just broke the game. So when you take a picture, it breaks the game. I don't know why. Truly, it seriously, it's like broken now. Done. I didn't mean to take a picture. Kind of ridiculous. But we deal with it, right? Little things we deal with. Chat, Star Wars coming out soon. One Piece Odyssey's coming out soon. Real quick. System Shock coming out soon. Hogwarts Legacy coming out soon. Might be playing that, checking that out. Hogwarts Legacy. Woo! That could be fun, right? Love me some Harry Potter. Mrs. Spitfire's been playing some Red Dead. It has been a hoot and a holler to watch that game. Love that game. Just one of the best games of all time. If you've never played it, if you're looking for a game, that's the one. That's the one. Red Dead Redemption 2. It's like a cowboy experience. It's just a beautiful thing. Look at that. Nice little jump. Go for one more. Risky, but we made it. Look at that. Gain a little speed. Could have gone for it, but I didn't. Could have gone for it there too. Oh. Watch out for that tree. Watch out for that. Ooh. All right, let's get those llamas. We rode through a village. We got that one. All right, there's a backflip. Get another one here. Get another one. Let's cue it up. Avoid that. Grind. And we're going to go for it. Look at this. Pop, pop. Oh, we got a backflip here. You know we're going to backflip here. You think we're going to backflip off this? You know we're going to backflip off this. It's going to be a problem, too, because we're going to crash. All right. Before we do... So we got to pick up a magnet and a feather in the same run. We got to land 25 backflips. Oh, no. Play. Yeah, do not take a picture, please. Continue with the backflips. Backflip, man. Look at this. Keep going with backflips. It's dangerous. And you're saying we got an Alamo Draft House movie theater. Oh, Draft House movie theater in St. Louis. Can't wait to see some of the movies in there. Dude, are you thinking about seeing Avatar or any of these other new movies that are coming out, chat? I was talking about some of the movies good movies I saw earlier. I said that Santa movie. Right now there's something just so nice and peaceful about crashing into the snow. Can we spend some gold? Get a helmet, get a magnet timer. I think we'll save up for the llama horn or the wingsuit. That'll be fun. Wingsuit will be able to fly if we hit it and we get it like a nice little jump. Nope, that was a problem. I pulled out. I'm gonna say I have been thinking about seeing Avatar now that you mention it. Have you seen the first one? Because you definitely need to see the first one to know about this one. Highly recommend that. Man, I'm hitting those nice backflips. Heard good things about this one. Some mixed reviews from some people, but also heard good things from others. So it's been interesting. Ooh, nice little hop. To go for it. Went for it. Little jump. I think we'll go hoppy hops up here. Avatar, though, James Cameron. I mean, like, it's Terminator 2. How could you go wrong with Terminator 2? Oh, I went wrong when I went for that double backflip. The double back flippy. All right, come on. We're almost there. The backflip go, but we still got to get a magnet and a feather on the same run. That takes talent. All right, maybe we can get one up here early. It'd be nice. Oh, I wasn't looking for that rock. I took my eye off the prize. What do I? Oh, I need to have it on here. Okay, sorry. Sorry, I didn't realize. I didn't know. There we go. Kick it. Kick that like button. Wait, what? Are you gonna let me in, or I gotta play it like this? There we go. I'm back. Look at that. I'm back. All right, one more backflip and we got it. There we go. Now we got to get a magnet and a feather in the same run. Woo! Risked it for the biscuit. Wasn't worth it. But we got that. Push it. Push it real good. I think I read something that said like fish like mate to that song. The Salt and Peppers Push It. I read that somewhere. It seems pretty ridiculous. Right. So I had to risk it. Nice landing. Smooth operator. Alright, let's go through. Right? No, we don't need to go through. We don't want to go through. We want to go like that. We got that. No, I held it for too long. Alright, yes, I am horrible at this game. Yes, yes, yes. Let's do a little game select. Just a little switch. Wait, what's going on here? Alright, click. Click it to win it. Yes, I get it. Play. Welcome to Zen mode. No, I don't want Zen mode. I want just to play. Yes. There we go. Backflip from a tornado. Jump across 2 chasms, 1 run. Land a 2 times combo. Oh, you're faster. Oh, this feels faster now. Now we're like in this sunny setting. Definitely a little chug. You see that weird chug? Interesting, but it's working. We're doing all right. I think we'll go for it. It's risky. Pulled it off. Look at this. Magnet. Land it. Landed it 2 times combo. What is that? Okay, it was good. I could hit it. Hit it. Continue. Beautiful. Oh, fuck. Okay, I didn't. Luckily, I did some speed move, so it gave me some. It gave me a way to blow up the rock. Watch out, chasm. Nice little landing. Let's stay low. Let's jump high. All right, there we go. Staying high, staying high, staying high. Little high, little low, little low, little high. Do what you gotta do. Nothing here. We'll go. No, let's stay up. Definitely don't need to do anything there. Look at that. Nice little hop over. Jump across 2 chasms in 1 run. Oh, I could have said. Oh, there it is. Tornado. Wait, what do I gotta do? Backflip from our tornado. Fuck. I'm supposed to backflip there. Got backflip next tornado we run into. Backflip off that mother trucker. Give me a tornado. Come on. You know you want to. Ooh, look at this magnet. Bring them all to me. Bring it here. We're doing the backflip. We did it. We landed it. We did it. We landed the backflip, boys and girls. Look at this. Just chill Zen game. Nice, relax, and we'll go up here, do a little grind. Get out of the way of the rocks. Could do a little jump here. I think we did. Avoid a little chaos. Definitely go a little backflip there. How you like them apples? We could throw one here too. We went for it. And it worked! It was ingenious. It was the genius backflip, boys and girls. We literally popped. Oh, that lotus flower. I don't know what that does, but it looks so cool. We had a great run. Stay up in the grindy. No! Pulled it off. Pulled out at just the right time. Look at that. Nice little grind. Needed that little dragon there. Good landing. Could go for it. No, shouldn't have. Pulled it. Having a heck of a run. A lot of distance. Throwing a backflip off of it. Pulled it off. Look at this. Just in the zone. Give me that. Pull it in. Give me those coins. Nice little magnet. Oh, I'll do a little pop. A little pop. What we like to do, we grind. We'll jump. Ooh, we're gonna have to avoid this rock. Ooh, it's a long way down. Might get a jump out of this. Let's see. We definitely will get a jump out of that. Avoid. See this? We got a lotus. I don't know what it is, but cool. Sure. Something. No! What a run. What a run. Pick up a coin, man. Rip 50 balloons. Discover the canyons. It's so chill, this game. All right, guys. Gonna be shutting down the stream here very, very soon. Appreciate you guys hanging out, talking soccer. Talking through the latest U.S. soccer drama with us. Wife was talking with me. She's like, it really seems like men like drama more than women. Let's put that theory to the test. Around here. Oh, man, that's exciting. The colors here are so cool. A lot more going on here than I initially realized. Gotta watch out for rocks. This. Hard to see. This like fog. Look at there, there's one. What's my point right now? What do I want to do? 50 flags, canyons, magnet. Magnet. Get some flags. There we go. We get back up? Nope, we missed it. Well, don't worry, we're good. We got another magnet. Get up here. So that's gotta be 50. Did we also discover the canyons? No, we have not yet. So that's the next thing we gotta do. Discover them. Lotus flower. Oh, it's protection. So rock smash. There it is. The canyons. And discovered. So peaceful. So calm. Ooh, this little jump. This is cool. Okay, we're good. Definitely gonna hit it. No, I got a backflip there. Hold on to your butt. Made it. Avoid. Backflip. You know we gotta do it. Perfect. Dragon. Be dragon. Oh, I could have hopped that. I see what I could have done. Could have hopped it early. I could have been like, oh, I could avoid the hop. That way I could hit your and get that little bonus, right? So look at that. Just look at that little cool hop that I did there. Skillful, almost. Good thing I had that lotus flower. Good new move to know. So I often wonder, I'm like, oh, how am I gonna get that? Well, I guess just jump before. Puzzle solved. We'll jump for it. Love it. Nice. Oh, I see. I could have done the move there. Just missed it. Oh, why did I jump there? I was on the ground. Oh, the run here. The lotus flower. Don't mind if I do. Best distance. Previous. 7:55. Nice. Relaxing, chill. One-handed action. Cheers, chat. Hasn't been that many rocks, right? I think I jumped. Here we go. Avoid. Good clicking. Oh, turned away. Turned away for 1 second. All right, let's take a look and see. Oh, we discovered a new item. How do we do that? A new item. What does that do? A wall ride? Heck yeah. Just did. Welcome to the canyons. Let's learn how to use your new sandboard. Ride across wall surfaces. Okay. Press A and hold A in front of a pattern wall to ride along the surface. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, ooch. Be careful not to flip the wrong way. Okay, thank you for the heads up on that. Okay, still gotta get that right. Let's try it again. Yes. And no. Try it again. This reminds me of a more chill version of Tricky. That was snowboarding. SSX Tricky. Press A. Missed it again. It's harder right now, this sandboard. That's what's fucking me up. It's like, can you stop? Okay. Oh, that's cool. Got it. Look at that. Oh. Okay. Press and hold it. Oh, I think I'm not supposed to get higher. Seems not getting high enough. Press and hold A from the base of a wall. Ah. Ah, okay. Let's try it again. I'm gonna start this a little later. Jump, land it. There we go. Release your finger while riding a wall. Jump, wall jump. Yes, SSX Tricky. Argus. Angus clarifies. Argus. Look at this! Archduke. We got ahead. Some castles require a wall ride to cross. Thick. You're all set. Alright. Good to know. All set. Give it to me. What we got? Give me a wall ride. Oh, give me one. All right. Not even a ride. All right, let's do it. Oh, I missed. Oh, I missed. That's cool. Win for it. Sick. There we go. Back flippy. Look at that. Kind of wild. I have a goal. Okay. Got it. Select. But we're gonna have to do some tricks here. Make it! We did it. Big one. Magnet. Do your magic. Look at, we got height. Probably could have done backflip. But you never know. All right, chat, getting close to shutdown time here. Give you guys a heads up here. Appreciate you guys hanging out, talking with soccer with us all night. All that banter we had with DPG and Toke was a blast. Appreciate them stopping by the show. Excited for the NFL playoffs as you guys are. It'll be a fun weekend. And MLS right around the corner. Of course, we got the Apple TV deal, guys. I think that's going to work out just fine, but Something happened the other day that caught my eye. It had to do with Leo Messi. Leo Messi apparently not fully signed on to the PSG project in a capacity that I thought he was. And because of that, that leaves the door. Oh, we just fell into a massive pit. That leaves the door open for Messi coming to MLS a lot sooner than other people were initially thinking. People were thinking, no, maybe not for 2 years. Well, maybe next year Messi comes. Not this year. He's still probably playing for a Champions League, but definitely could be making an appearance sooner than we thought. Pick up a lotus flower, smash a rock, cross a rope bridge, and do a back wall flip here. Try it out. There's a back flip for you. But I need a wall. Let's go for the flip. Look at that. Hold it off while riding the back flip. What's the next thing? Lotus flower, smash a rock, cross a rope bridge. Okay. So now we need a lotus flower. Oh, it went upside down. Oh, that was a mistake. Interesting. Wait, game workshop. I go back to my normal board. Yeah, I want to go back to normal board. Yeah. No, I don't. No. Okay, I don't want the tutorial. No! End tutorial. Play. Thank you. I want the normal board. This is still the wall ride. Oh, so you're saying it just adds another wrinkle? Okay. Gotta avoid that jump. We're on our way. Chat, it's been a blast. Yeah, this song reminds me of Curse of Monkey Island. It really does. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, rope bridge. That's what we needed. Now, what we need is a pink lotus. There, ooh, it's a magnet. Come on, pink lotus, where you at? No, you're near. There we go. Now we need to smash a rock. Rock smashed. Success. And now we could actually just end the run. Oh. Now we can just end. And now we can just end the run. Go until we get denied. Backflips. Backflips. That was stupid. Angus and Archduke saying, I need to get going. James, have a great night. Have a great night too, Archduke. I'll catch you guys on the next stream. See you guys next Wednesday. Thank you guys for hanging out. Kick that like button as always. I'll see you guys on the next one. Guys, it was fun. Glad that DPG hopped on. That was a blast. Been a while for DPG, right? Joke's been coming on regularly, and it's been always a blast having all these guys on, but love it. Love it when I get to hear from you guys. Appreciate it. You guys stopping by. Everybody acts. Stopping by. Other people as well. Watching for a while. Man, I appreciate you guys. You guys the bomb. Freaking go. All right, guys. Dan Garringer stopping by, everybody. Toke. DPG. All right, guys. I will catch you on the next stream. Fired up with ballers. Have a great one. See See you guys next time. Later. Bye.